This meeting is being recorded.
Hello everyone, hi. I'm trying a new platform today. It's called WebEx for my recording the video. I don't know how it's going to turn out to be, but I hope it turns out to be great. So in this particular video, I trying to do something called as customer retention, which is a very common question that we have to answer, and it's a very common thing which a lot of companies do. So it's very important for you to understand how can you find customers which you can retain. Okay, so it's a quite a good logic and quite a simple one, I would say. But it's if you understand the basics, you'll pretty much be able to solve it, I believe. So let me share my screen and explain you the question. Okay, so yeah, okay. So here you can see that, okay. So what you're trying to do in here is that we are basically looking at the customer retention, okay. So if I have to explain that what customer retention is, okay, it refers to the ability of a company or a product to retain its customers over a specified period. This is a basic Google definition, which is very simple, okay. It's somebody who you would want to come back and buy it from you, okay. That is what customer retention is, to if you have to put in simple words, okay. So I'm gonna put this create tables for you guys in the comment section below. So you can also create if you want to do anything. Okay. So I'm gonna show you guys what the table is. So the table name is transactions. So let me run this. Okay. So if I run this, okay, this is my table name. Okay. Now you have order ID, you have the order number, okay, customer ID, okay, and you have the order date, and which is like, okay, when they ordered, each time they ordered, okay, and the amount. So the goal of this thing is to particularly find something like what I would expect from you guys is something like this. And last month, okay, um, this month, let me just put yeah, and another being customer status. um, and joined. Okay. So what I expect from you guys is that, okay, something like this, okay. So if you're giving to your manager that I want to find out customers who were there last month and this month, then you can do like customers, something like this. This would be a good table to start off with, okay. So you have the customer ID, then you have the last month, then you have the this month, then your customer status, which is retained or churned. Churned basically means somebody who I believe who we left after a certain point. Okay, so that's basically what it means. Okay, okay. So yeah, so let's start off with this. Okay, and so you have to understand. Okay, now I really want you guys to try this out. So pause the video and try to solve something which you might probably solve. Okay, so I'm going to delete this part. Okay, and okay. So the solution that I'm going to start off is that, okay, so you understood the logic that we have, okay. So if you look at the table, okay, so what I actually want is that, so I'll give you a hint, okay, so what you can start off with. So we need something like this, okay. We need like custom ID video 1, and we need something like 2020, um, 0 to 10, and 2020, 0, 1, 15, okay, and retained. So this is what we're looking at. Okay, so I want this something like this. Okay, so what you can do. Okay, so if you had to make a table out of this, what would you guys do? Okay, so when I was solving this question, okay, I thought of doing it in the approach that like how do I should I do a union or something like that. For example, this is okay, so we do not have another table. Okay, so what can I actually do to make this better? Okay, so what can I do to make this stable? Okay, so what is the way? Okay, so the simplest way, when you have to compare, and we basically have to compare, okay, is to do a self join. Okay, so that's what I did here. Okay, so what I started off was that I joined the transaction tables. Okay, and this is what I did. So I'm gonna show you what my join table looks like. Okay, select everything from uh, join transactions table. So yeah, I run this thing for you. So look, so what I've done is that I have basically joined both the tables. Okay, now there's an inner join, so there has been multiple of that. Now you observe one thing. Okay, what's happened here is that you see 2020, it's repeating some of them are repeating some of them. But what I actually need is something like this. Okay, like this is what I need. Okay, you see, remember this is my table. I need something on those lines. Now, how can I get this particular from these four? It's quite simple. Okay, it's doing this subtraction. Okay, so when you subtract a date, okay, when I subtract month 2 minus month 1, either I'm going to get two values. One, a positive value, which can be 25, 35, 45, whatever it be, because the difference between two dates, or I'm going to get a negative value, because if I multiply something like this data, for example, if I multiply this, okay, I'm going to get a negative value. And if I do this, I'm going to get another zero value. So I found out a way to remove the ones which are negative and zero. So I only want the positive ones. Okay. So this is what I've done here. Okay. So this is the approach that I've taken. And so this is a good way of removing the ones which are there. Now, if you observe one thing is that this is another table. This is another table I've created. Okay. And look at this. Okay. So what I've done in this particular code is that this is another CT that I've created. Select everything. Okay. Then I'm checking a difference and setting as date difference from transactions table. Okay. And from joint transaction table. And I'm grouping it by customer ID month. Why am I grouping it by this method? It's quite simple. Well, because I want everything to be unique. That's the reason I'm using a group by function here. Okay. And yeah, so let me just run this for you guys to show what it looks like. Select everything from removing same month. So let me run this. Okay. So what I've done is that I've basically understand what I've done here having. Okay. So here what I've done is that I've done a difference of month 2 and month 1 date. Okay, and which is greater than zero. So remember we had some of them which were negative. Okay, so what it has done is that, so it has removed the minus to, the negative one. If you multiply, if you're getting something like, if you multiply did a difference between let's say 2020 01 15 minus 2020 10, so it will give a negative value, right, which will be around minus 26. So we removed that, and we also removed which were similar. So 2020 0 to 10 in 2020 0 to 10, if we subtract, okay, you get zero. So I want something better than zero. Now this is what I'm getting in here. Now I think this question is pretty much well solved. Okay, now in here what we have to do is that here you can see there's 26, 40, and 41. Okay, and okay, so this has been solved. So our question which we needed has, we have got what we wanted. Okay, so I've just aliased it, which kind of format we wanted. And as I remembered, I told you that I needed it to be what to say, um, something which is less than as kind of like um, yeah. So this is the method I needed in, okay, as last month. Okay, and yeah, so this is something was something we're looking at. Okay, and yeah, now it can also be a situation that you see there's a difference of like 40 something, which kind of would be like, okay, it makes no sense if it was like a bigger month. If it was like uh April something, okay, it would have been like 70 days or something like that, 80 days. Okay, but it still would have been this month and last month, but we only need for this month and last month, right? So what if I did something like this? You tell me this. Okay, so what I was thinking was that if I had to do this, okay, I do like this, um less than 31, less than 31. The reason simple. Okay, I want something which is you know select, okay, select everything from, because I need it for 1 month only, I don't need it for every month, right? That's my logic behind, okay, why am I getting the date difference to be, because I want it for 30 days. Because if it's 40, then it makes no sense, because it it is not a correct way of doing analysis, I believe. Okay, so what has happened in here is that it is only selecting from above 0 and 30. Okay, and this is what it's doing. Okay, so you see I removed 40 and 41. So this is what I did. Okay, and yeah, and okay, so I think it's pretty much. Now I'm just going to select customer month 2 as this month, and month 1 as last month, because it's the old month, right? So like let me go ahead and select, okay, and yeah, and I've just done this as a case statement. If it's equal to 0, I'm getting retained. If it's less, okay, else it's churned. Basically it means that they never showed up, okay. So it's a very simple statement for customer status, and let me run this and see what I get. See, so yeah, so this is what I got, okay. And it depends, okay. If the data were given to you was just for 2 months, then you don't actually need to add this one, and you can just get the data directly. And otherwise, I think this is a good way to do your queries, and you can do it, okay. So this is a good way to check customer churn status, okay. And yeah, so I believe this was a good solution for you guys to understand how to find churn, because it's a quite a important logic to have, okay. And when to use self join, when to use union, or when to use something on this. I thought about doing some union methods or something, but I realized that doesn't make sense, okay. So if you can, if you have a solution, then please post it in the comment section, okay. And until then, have a good day. And yeah, so this was my solution. I am trying to be consistent with my videos, and yeah, so yeah, have a good day, take care, bye.